Yes, good evening, viewers. Welcome to Fine TV. This is your Edusa hour that comes your way every Sunday. In our today's episode, we have the Finance Ministry here, who I am with. On my right, we have the gentleman here, and then on my left, we have the lady. They are from the Finance Ministry. In our today's discussion, we are going to center our theme on enlightening students on financial obligations, on what they need to do when it comes to this Finance Ministry. I will leave them to introduce themselves and then tell us who they are and what they do. Gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. C, for having me. I am delighted to be here. I am Ahmad Eba, Finance Minister, 14 Executive Council. I am a fourth-year student, Agriculture and Economic, University of the Gambia.
Yeah, that was a brief one, Amadou. Thank you.
Good evening, viewers. I am Meta Kamara, a third-year student of the University of the Gambia. I am a member of the Committee of the Finance Ministry, majoring economics and minoring HR. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We know the Finance Ministry in every association. Finance is very important there. So, could you mind to tell us what is your ministry all about? What does your ministry do?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question, and I am delighted to be here to share my insight on this wonderful topic of discussion that is about financial related issues or obligations under my ministry. Like as a finance minister, one of my duties is the collection of union dues, and we all know how important the payment of these union dues are to the council because it is very crucial for running council activities. Aside from that, I am responsible for the collection, recording of all income and expenditures, and also keep the book of account in a very transparent and honest manner. All right, and also prepare a budget, financial report to the Congress, and also budget for the council that is during our tenure in office.
So meaning it's like you are our bank.
Exactly.
Edusa's bank.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that's very fine. The lady here, what do you have to say to that? What does your ministry do as a committee member? In what way do you help your ministry?
Thank you for that question. He have said it all. As a committee member, I help in keeping records and making sure that all financial transactions are done very well and good. Also, that is what I do. We give a helping hand to make sure that all things are done and in a transparent way. Thank you.
Yeah, I love the fact that you mentioned transparent and then honest way, because we know as Edusans, if you're dealing with mature students, we know Edusa is one of the most mature school in the University of the Gambia. So as you're dealing with them, you need to be transparent, you need to be honest in your dealings as well. So I love the fact that you mentioned all those things. Regarding the union dues, what are these union dues all about? How do we collect them? Because we know there are new students that might not know what these union dues are for. They might not even know if there are union dues to be paid. Yeah, what are the mode of collections? What do you do at your ministry level to make sure people know that there are union dues payment?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question, Mr. C. Besides, you made mention of new students not knowing about the payment of these union dues, but it's not only about new students. Okay. Even some fourth-year students.
Wow.
They are not aware of the payment of these union dues. And the only time they are aware of the payment of these union dues is when they are due to collect their attestation.
That's unfortunate.
That is the time they know that I need to pay a union due because they are not rightly informed. Information does not, they are not well sensitized. So basically, union dues are very crucial because we all know every association needs finance in order to run its activities. And without finance, I will say our association is going to fail. Yeah. Because if you look at even the previous council, we praised them. We hailed them for a job well done. And the only way they were able to achieve that is because of what? They got the finance, they got the support. And the union dues is part of the main thing that keep an association going.
Yeah.
And our mode of collection is varies. It depends, especially under my ministry. I have different ways that I strategize in order to make this union dues, the collection to be very, very, very easy. One of such ways, you can even transfer through this wave, to make it very convenient, or you can meet in person.
Okay, I think we will get to that point. I will just cut you short there, and then we will get. Yeah, we mentioned that the fact that some of these students are not well informed. Yeah, I think your ministry has to do something, maybe in collaboration with the information ministry, to be sensitizing those people. Don't you think so?
Yes, that is one of my campaign promises, in collaboration with the IPRO.
Okay.
That is your ministry.
That's
Yes.
right.
I even told your boss that we are going to work hand in glove in order to make our collection of this union dues a success. Because if you look at the amount that is collected every year by every council, it's just small. And it should have been more than that, because if you look at our association, we have about 1,000 students.
Yeah.
If each student pays their union dues on time, it will be very, very, very huge for the council to conduct at least some of its activities.
Yes, yes. Young lady here. I mean, what can then union dues do? Do you think that union due is enough to finance our activities?
Thank you for asking that. As he said, the union dues are the primary source of income for the finance ministry. Though we have donors, we have sponsors, but the primary source of finance is from this union dues. And it's useful because these are the finance that we use to finance other projects that are happening in the ministry.
Maybe Edusa activities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Edusa week.
Edusa week. Yeah.
So those are the finance that we use in order for us to sponsor that. So there's a saying that says, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is, right? So if students know where their money is going into, they will be willing to pay.
So meaning the union due that they paid, it goes back to them.
Yes, it's good back to them again. Thank you.
Yeah, that's very fine. I mean, we've talked about the payment mode, and then
just to add on
anything
what he said, the union dues are very, very important. Besides, if you look at these activities that we conduct, it's not for the council members, it's for the students. Because if you look at the Edusa week, we are there to keep our members informed. But through our programs, we invite resource persons that will come and dwell on certain topics for their benefit, not only ours. Yeah. So let them know that the union dues is not to enrich the council members. Besides, we are sacrificing for them.
Yeah. I mean, back to another question. I mean, when can one pay this union due? Do I have to start pay before starting my university? Maybe someone out there is just starting, he does not know, or he does not know when I am supposed to pay this union due. Do I have to start, or do I have to wait until when I'm graduating, then I pay?
Well, waiting till you're about to graduate is not good for the council, because if all students wait until they are due for graduation to pay their union, that means the council will not be able to run its activities. Now, to those new students, not only new students, to those students who don't know about the union dues, as a bona fide Edusans, it is incumbent upon everybody to pay your union dues in a semester manner. Like every semester. The amount is not much. But if you decide to wait until your fourth year, if the amount is said to you, say that these people are there to enrich themselves.
Definitely. Definitely.
But if you look at the amount that is paid per semester, it's just $50.
Wow.
And how many semesters do we have? We have about 8 semesters. So if you are paying every semester $50, $50 before you graduate, you don't even realize that
I think that's even reasonable. Right? That's reasonable. $50 is every semester. So meaning there is no limit to when you can pay it or when you can start. But you are encouraging them to at least pay
at least
semesterly.
Accept semesterly. Yes, that is even going to help the council. In order to raise funds to run Edusa's activities. Because if they wait until the end of their course, their university, education, and decide to pay because of one or two things, it's not good for us. Because if you look at the number of people who graduate every year, it's not much. So if those people are to pay their union dues just for their attestation, and if all students are like that, that means the council will not have anything. That is why our primary source of income is the union dues, and again we rely on donors.
Yeah, definitely. So meaning students, you can pay your union dues semesterly. It's not expensive. It's just $50. We consume more than $50 per semester, right? Giving out $50 is for your own activities, because these activities comes back to you. And then when we organize activities, these are the things we use and then to fund it. Yeah. Basically, what are the basic things that these monies are used? The use. What are these basic things? Because we've been saying they're used to activities, but are there basically specific activities that these union dues are paid? Are used?
Just
Sorry. Yeah.
just like I mentioned, like
Edusa.
Edusa is known for its activities.
Yeah.
And one of Edusa's activity is the Edusa Week.
Yeah.
And the Edusa Week, if you look at the amount that is spent, like I have record of all the financial transactions that transpired in the previous council.
Okay.
Like the Edusa Week alone, last week, it's about a week. About 7 days or
Yeah.
5 days.
Yeah.
From Monday
to
to Friday.
Friday. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
5
And
days.
if you look at the amount that we spend in logistic, it's more than $75,000.
Wow.
And if you look at the union dues that is collected per year, it's not up to about $50,000. So you see.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And the reason why we collect less than $50,000 is because members are not coming forward to pay their union dues.
Wow.
And some, I don't blame them because there is a reason why they are not paying.
Yeah.
So maybe in the later part of the program we will come to that. That is what makes members not to pay their
union dues. Yeah.
Yeah. But we have them covered. The 14 Executive Council under my ministry and with my able committee members, we have them covered. And by the grace of God, what they feared, this council will get rid of that, inshallah.
Yeah. So, Meta Camara, meaning the union dues are going to be put into use, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The activities, basically these activities, like he mentioned that the Edusa Week, and then what are the activities? For instance, is this money is going to be used during our Edusa tour, things like that?
Yes. Yes, thank you for that. This money, this union dues that have been paid also can be used for the Edusa tour.
Yeah.
When we have grants, we can also use this money and add up to it. So it's very important for students to know that they are paying for their own well-being.
Yeah.
And they are paying it for all of us. Yeah.
So meaning the union dues is coming back to you.
Exactly.
And then it's very reasonable, $50 is every
Very
month.
reasonable.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We consume more than $50
every semester, right? Yeah, that's very, very right. Yeah. Moving on, and then we look at the consequences of not paying, because we understand at the Edusa level there are beings.
Let me cut you short.
Okay.
Like we made mention of the main activities. Like if you look at during the break, we embark on some activities under the gender and health.
Yeah.
Like that is the flower planting at the
Yeah.
Falaba campus. That is to beautify our education student association campus. That is to make it one of the best campus in the university. And we've engaged on flower planting, and that involves cost. We prepared breakfast. Where is the money coming from? Should it be funded by the council members? We don't have that financial resource.
And then the sponsored work that just concluded as well.
Exactly. The sponsored work as well. We provide breakfast for all members that were a part of it. So those union dues are used for such activities. Like if you look at the flower planting alone, we use more than $2,000. That is to prepare breakfast, to buy water and other necessary things. That is to keep our members active. Because you cannot call someone to come and give you a helping hand without, at least we cannot pay them, but at least we provide a refreshment for them to tell them thank you for your service. And again, if you look at under your ministry as well, we are, your ministry is tried a lot because for the first time, Edusa does not have a website. And your ministry, for the first time in the history of Edusa, they want to launch the website, and it involves cost. And sometimes, these websites, they are not built in the Gambia, and they are paid in foreign currency.
Definitely.
And we need about more than $50 for subscription. So such monies are used for such activities. And besides, if the website is created, writers,
it creates platform for writers to publish their things,
so that their work can be known to the world. So basically, their union dues are not paid in vain. Yeah.
You want to add up something?
Yes, also, the Ministry of Gender also was proposing a sick bay in the campus. I think we also use this finance, this union dues to sponsor those health conditions, to make sure that everything is put in place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Let's look at the consequences of not paying. How about if a student decide not to pay the union dues? Is there any consequence here? Or is there any way that every student must have to pay, no matter how you do?
Yes. if I have to use the word must, I will. Every student must pay his or her union dues before you graduate. You may fail to pay in your first semester, second semester, third semester, up to your final semester, thinking that yes, I can deviate or I can beat the system. But no, a time will come. You'll even be surprised how you are caught. Because we have measures in place thanks to the 13th Executive Council that is under the Finance Ministry.
We say thank you to them.
I say a big thank you to Gasama and the team for such initiative because they are the one who laid that foundation. That
Definitely.
is, before some students will deviate, like when they are due for graduation, they will just go and bit about the books
and maneuver things
in order to collect the attestation.
But
But now, one of the key requirements before a student graduates, you have to provide what we call a clearance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
A
before
clearance from your ministry?
a clearance from Finance Ministry.
Okay,
I prepare
okay.
it or my deputy prepares it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that clearance will be submitted aside the form that a student will fill to be submitted in order for him or her to collect his or her attestation. So basically, you cannot beat the system. Yeah. You will be trapped. You'll be surprised when you go to Janaba. I came to collect my attestation. Janaba will tell me, where is your clearance? And some even have to call me. Sometimes they are very, nervous, because you are there. You think that, yes, I am on my final stage, just to be told that you have not provided a
I think,
clearance.
in fact, as Edusan, it's your obligation. Even if it
Exactly.
was not forced on you, imagine you are in a school and then they're providing things. Maybe activities are provided, and then they're giving you water, they're giving you food, everything. I mean, your conscience should not allow you to consume that without contribution. Even if this was not in place, I think it should have been normal for people to pay even without this. But I'm glad that there is a way that everyone pays. So I think this is for the new students to know that union dues, you cannot deviate from them. You have to pay them because this is what comes back to you. Because when we have our activities, this is what we use. So I mean, those are some of the consequences, right?
Yeah, that is the major consequence. Like failure to pay your union dues. In fact, though we don't have measures in place to disqualify anybody, not to be an Edusan because of not paying his or her union dues. But again, for every bona fide Edusans, it is incumbent upon every student to pay his or her union dues. That's what makes you a student of education, so that we can continue to fight for your rights. Yeah. In fact, I believe other ministries other ministries, council members that will be coming, they should put those measures in place. Like before we solve your problem, we should ask you. Are you paying your union dues? If you have not been paying your union dues, that means we are not there to stand for you. And besides, I made mention of other council members. If you are out there and you know that you are an aspiring candidate, or you have the will to become a politician, to represent, to be a council member in Edusa, one of the requirements in order to be approved by the electoral commission.
I think the electoral commission, in fact, has put this in place. Yeah, they have already. Meaning, you need to show them that you have paid your union due before
because
you
that's what, like I said, that's what makes you a student. If you don't pay union, that means you are not a student. So that is why one of their key criteria, you may have the GPA, one of the best GPA, 4.2 or 4.0, but if your union dues is not paid, you are going to be disqualified.
Definitely.
So we've seen the consequence for not collecting your attestation on time until you settle your union dues, and also for not vying for any position in Education Student Association for failing to pay your union dues. So those are some of the consequences. And again, if you don't pay your union dues on time, you'll be running up and down. Maybe sometimes you may call me when I'm engaged. You may engage my deputy also is engaged, and you need it urgent. That means you are not going to have it.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes
so we encourage every members, that is those new students out there and those students who have not paid a single boot and they are in their second or third semester. Please, we encourage you to come forth. Yeah.
I mean, he has said everything. When you look at the consequences, sometimes scholarships come. Maybe some of us are applying already before we finish. Yeah, you might have a notification that you need your attestation to go to submit or what else. So if you contact Amadou might be busy. So it's better for you to pay.
In fact, I think I will suggest this to my council members. Like sometimes there are opportunities out there that involve Edusans to represent us.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I will suggest this to my council members. That is one of the criteria, not to look at the GPA, but again, students who have paid their union dues.
At least to
So
give those people
that is going to
opportunity.
encourage them. That is going to encourage everybody to come because they may want to take a life. For example, currently the Education and Research Ministry have secured a internship program.
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
That
with
should be
one
a-
of the. Is it not? Is it? I forget about.
this place, National Center for
Exact arts and
yeah.
culture. So some students are selected based on some criteria, like we look at GPA. But again, henceforth, I believe my council members are listening, so I will encourage them to put this as one of the criteria, like union dues. Yeah.
At least you have to pay your union dues before you are given that opportunity, right?
Yes, yes. You have to at least pay something before you are given the opportunity to go and represent our dear Edusa. And we say Edusa must not die.
Edusa will not die, surely.
Edusa will not die. One way to maintain it is by paying your union dues. That's the only way for you to maintain Edusa. So we also have to come up with measures like giving incentives. Let's say we have to give a package to somebody or to people that are paying their union dues to encourage the others that are not paying and also inform them through your ministry. These are ways that we are going to improve and encourage people to be paying their union
Their
dues.
union dues and then on time, right?
Yes, on
Yeah,
time.
definitely. Yeah, we've mentioned so many things here. Now your ministry, do you have any other strategies or do you have any developments that the students can benefit from? We know every executive that comes in every ministry, they make sure they do what the previous ministry has not done. So is there any new strategy or any new development that your ministry has done and want students to know?
That is a very important question. Like I mentioned earlier, some students, they are not paying their union dues because of certain factors.
Yeah.
And like I told you, I got them covered. Like for the first time, which has never existed. Though the previous council, they've tried.
Yeah.
You know, every minister, when you come, you have to initiate, you do something that was not there. Like I mentioned the previous council, they initiated this collaboration with the faculty officer. Before you collect your attestation, you have to get your pay union dues to get a clearance from the finance ministry. So this time around also, one of the measures that I put in place that is going to clear that fear of not paying union dues on time, because some will fear that if I pay my union dues, 4 years is too long. Like when I pay my union dues this semester, I may lose my receipt, but I got them covered because upon paying your union dues, I will snap. That is one of my campaign promises. I'm fulfilling my campaign promises. Like when during the campaign, I promised them that any student who pays his or her union dues, I will snap their receipt and send it to their email, even whereas you are anywhere in the Gambia. If you want to access
meaning
it,
people can pay remotely
Yes.
and then get their receipt
exactly.
remotely.
Yeah. Like you can pay through Wave or through bank transfers, depending on your choice of payment in consultation with the minister, finance minister, or myself or my deputy. Like we will give you some options. Like any option that is feasible for you, we are ready to take it.
Okay.
And again, fear not. Even if you are not around, you can pay it through those measures, and the receipt is going to be sent to your email.
To your email.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you are due for graduation, even whereas you are not having the physical receipt, you can just log into your email. Just simple and easy. You trace out the receipt. This is what I have paid, and the semester will be included. The semester you've paid for will be included in the receipt.
Definitely.
So they need to not to be feared. Like if I pay my union dues for semester, I may lose my receipt, and there's going to be this double payment. We got you covered because the receipt is going to be sent directly to your email.
Yeah.
And again, Wave transfer is available, and I'm also available 7 days a week.
So
any day from Mondays to Saturdays, I'm available.
Okay.
So just to streamline the union dues payment process, to make it easy for them. Like I don't live very far. So depending on your location, if you are heading towards Brikama, you can just call me that I am coming from this direction, and I will just prepare your receipt in advance. We just meet without even any problem.
Yeah, I think what you've just said is innovation. I mean, we are in the 21st century. We know everything works remotely. You can sit in your house and then do everything. You send your money and then receive your receipt without going anywhere.
And some of my viewers are even watching. I've even started it.
Okay.
Yeah. so many students paid their union dues to me, and their receipt already uploaded to their email, and they've confirmed that they've received their email. So that is just to tell you how serious we are as a council. Yeah.
I think that's a good innovation, right?
Yes, it's a very good innovation, and it's a very, very good innovation, and we thank our minister, our able minister, for that innovation. He's fulfilling every promise that he made, and in his campaign period, and we are so glad. And one thing you should not fear is that we, as a committee member, and as him as our finance minister, we are very good in keeping record. We are very good at keeping record. So we are make sure in that we will keep all the records that we have with us, and make sure that anytime you come back, in case of any incasity, in case you lose your phone or something happen, or let's say you forget your email,
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
so you can come and still get your receipt with us, and we give it to you anytime that you need.
Wow, I think I think he mentioned very good important point that sometimes people might miss their emails, maybe they cannot access them, so meaning they can still come back to
They
you
can
and then
still.
still get it.
Yes.
Wow, your ministry is doing very well, right? Yeah, definitely. When you're working with mature students, and then this has to do with money, we want transparency in everything. That is why we're asking all these sort of questions. We know as Edusa, we are financially constrained, so we need your union dues and then donors. Although the 14th Executive Council is doing very well, because we are knocking doors, we are things. I mean, we've talked about a lot, but what is your ministry facing in terms of difficulties? Maybe in collection of the union dues or keeping records. What difficulties do you face when it comes to these union dues?
Just like we elaborated in our discussion, some of the main challenges is students coming forth to pay their union dues on time, and that is due to certain reasons. And again, members not duly informed. That is why I want us with your ministry to work hand in glove to make sure that information are disseminated. If it cannot be done every week, but at least every now and then,
maybe once in a month.
To keep members informed about the payment of these union dues. So those are the collection process is basically the main challenge we are facing as a council, as a ministry rather.
Yeah, I think that is why you have your committee members, right? In terms of difficulties, your committee members, you are one of them. How do you help your minister in terms of making sure all these difficulties are solved?
Thank you for that. In collaboration with your ministry, we'll make sure
information
that
is key, right?
Yeah, it's key. It's very important. We make sure that every student is informed, and we also make sure that we make it as a point of responsibility for every student in Edusa to try and gossip it around. Make it a gist. When you're working with your friend, make sure ask the person, have you paid your union
Have you paid your union
Exactly.
due? Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
So that will help, and it will also help us in collaborating with him and make sure that union dues are also paid. So as a student, if you pay your union dues, you have the right and the responsibility to hold the financial ministry responsible, accountable. You have the right. But if you don't pay your dues as a student, I mean, I don't think you have a right to go out and say, where is our money? What have you done with these things? But you first have to pay first your union dues and see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. When we have our activities,
and just to add on to the how to call it, the committee members are very crucial, and finance, the engagement of the council members is just quite limited. Especially the time since we came to office. But starting from this semester, tomorrow we are resuming. But maybe we just give it about 1 or 2 weeks. We will definitely engage our council members. We will go with them class by class to sensitize, and any class they are, it is going to be their responsibility to make sure the members are informed. That is the reason. Because I alone cannot do it, my deputy alone cannot do it, but with their support, everything is possible.
Yeah, definitely. Someone suggested to me the other time that why not the finance ministry again collaborate maybe with class reps? In every semester, in every class, we have reps, and those reps are in touch with their classmates. How about you collaborate with them, maybe in a form of a reminder, not for them to collect it, but trying to remind them that there is a union job payment. But because in that class, you might have first year, second years, and student, maybe those people might not know that there is union due payment, but as it keeps ringing in their heads, they might do that and then pay their union dues. Are you in any way collaborating with the class reps?
This is just a new thing to me,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That is why they said two heads are better than one.
Two good heads, yeah.
Two good heads are better than one. Thank you for that correction. And henceforth, I will put it as a responsibility. Starting, I'll work on the modalities, how to make sure
you collaborate with
the class rep, because it's going to make it very easy.
Very easy, yeah. Definitely.
Because we cannot be. We have so many educational programs. We have so many courses at the university. Currently, the courses that are obligated in the report is about 810.
Wow.
So we cannot be in all those places, and education students are there. So the main way in order to keep our members informed, we may go around, yes, but again, we may not be certain students. But again, if class reps are taking that responsibility in collaboration with them to disseminate such information, that is a very wonderful suggestion from that particular student, and we will surely work on that.
Yeah,
inshallah.
in fact, I think we have a suggestion box at Faraba.
Yeah.
So any other suggestion that you have for this ministry, you can just write it and then submit it there. I think we have come close to the program. I will just leave them to what final words do you have for the students that are watching.
Thank you for having me here this evening. I thank you all. My able finance minister and my beautiful viewers also, I thank you. I have to tell you and I have to thank you for tuning in with us here today. One thing I would like you to put in mind is that it's your responsibility and it's your right to pay your union dues. So in order for you to sustain Edusa, as we say, Edusa must not die. The only primary thing for us to do is to pay our union dues. And we oblige all of you to try and pay your union dues. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great fun. Yes. What final words do you have?
Okay, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and thank you, wonderful viewers, for listening. I will urge every Edusans, if you want to know more about my ministry and you want to meet me in person, our office is right upstairs, Faraba campus. So you can meet me there and we can discuss on things or suggestion box, as you said, any suggestion that you have. You can write a piece of note and drop it there. So we definitely need your union dues in order to keep the council's activities ongoing, without which our activities are not going to be conducted on time, and that is going to be a failure for the council. But again, we have some measures. We are reaching out to partners, and again, anybody who want to support, because our union dues alone are not sufficient. They are not enough. So our doors are highly are open, and we need your support to help our council in order to conduct its activities, because we all know council activities are not easy. It's not easy to conduct, because last year alone, the amount that is spent, if I should tell you, is more than $500,000.
Wow.
People will say that, wow, how do they spend all those things?
Things are getting expensive.
Currently, right now, what I have spent alone is more than $15,000 as a council from just about 3 months, because we have a lot of activities. The creation of the Edusa website is there. The flower planting exercise is there. Other activities that Edusans don't know about. Besides, they should, if they are following Edusa pages, they should know about it. So thanks to your ministry. So wonderful viewers. Until I come your way again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, viewers. That was a very brief discussion and then a very wonderful discussion. I hope everyone that is watching here has learned. And then to the new students, these are your finance gurus. Whenever you want to pay your union dues, you can see them. Or even if you don't see them, you can sit at the comfort of your home and then send them your payment, and then you will get your receipts. It was a good discussion. Until we come your way next week. Bye for now.